trying to retake that space. Instead, they're just going to be piecing out and getting the plant down. Setting up for this post plant. Com's already got one.
Yeah, gets the jump on him before he can make his way into garage, so nobody going to be taken down. Sova now out of the hands here.
It's a straight four-man push through mid, and Aspas domes Kong.
Just finding an absolute monstrous headshot. Furthering that man advantage now. 5v3 for the retake. Left wrapping their way around three-man approach rather from Snowman. Close hold from the side of EDG. Pop flash through the wall. The jump out. They're only able to find one as Simon will fall, and that's the cleanup as Smoggy dies. The Fuse will come in and Lev.
Buy a little bit extra time for this retake.
And not only that, but they have that Reckoning online here from Mizzino. And there it is, immediately coming through. Kong not able to steady the aim. Doesn't manage to fall to Kong. Finds time to kill, but nobody. Quick to trade, and now Chichu finds Mizzino. Harbor dead on the back end. Man advantage found here for EDG, but look at the health bars. Chichu, nobody, both in tatters. 40 health between the two of them. Is Spike going to be landing here? Simon's feet. He's able to get the plant down, though. That had been anybody else. It could have been a catastrophe.
And that's 3 players in one-shot range of these Outlaws. That's so scary.
And Aspas, he's holding one of them. Dash popped. Gets himself worked over in towards backside. King, however, able to find one. That's Simon now down on the ground. One of the few remaining healthy players as Tex gets a swap over onto the Vandal. Chichu, however, 5 HP still fighting. Does manage to trade one back. Smoggy trying to draw some attention. Nobody swings out. Tex going to be taken down. And nobody.
Already pressure on a Com. He gets out without taking any damage, though.
Yeah, I mean, wall set up to try to dissuade the push coming through into A main, but EDG just does not care about it at all. Disrespect the wall. They go pushing forward, and they're going to be rewarded with a kill as Tex does get taken down. Any and all utility that was set up here to defend this does not matter anymore. As EDG will storm their way forward. Now just 2 players remaining here on the side of Leviatan who will have to swallow the pill of going for this save.
So far, we haven't seen EDG do that. They've been pretty reserved. And, you know, Leviatan.
Oh, Aspas saw foot there.
Yep.
Mizzino at the same time able to find Smoggy. Aspas goes for it, tries to take the fight. Ends up losing his life, but Tex tries to hold things down. 6-shooter in hand, comes up with 1. He and Mizzino, though, tagged up a bit. Spike now in play for the side of EDG. Is Chichu trying to go on this flank, but he's so very low.
Oh, and a wall to cut off Simon.
But they're not looking for him at the moment. Mizzino turns his sights back for a brief little moment. Tex able to find another with that Sheriff, and now Simon flashing in a hand, nowhere to go but into the grave. Com will take him down with the Hunter's Fury, depending on what kind of opposition they find. For now, it's just going to be a tap on the plant to see what they can draw out. But nobody is able to find one. Mizzino going to be taken down. Oh, and Com outlurked, cheating forward. Eyes just turned over towards main. Chichu up onto the rafters, able to take him down.
What a pause called by EDG here. That high tide
noise.
Yeah.
And here comes the strike. Plant now coming back. There's Aspas and Tex can turn their sights over to here. Bite gonna go. Oh, not deep enough, but King makes up for that. Hunter's Fury out, trying to flush him out of Snowman, but Kong, he's the one out into the open. Immediately gets punished, and suddenly there's a man advantage here for the side of Lev. As nobody will get taken down, it is nothing but Chichu left. Nanoswarm's not even set up. And he won't have the opportunity, I don't think, but he finds a solid first opening kill. Spamming for it, but the counter spam it out. For now, he's just trying to keep them off with this one. The Nanoswarm, it does not ricochet the way that he wanted. He's trying to isolate and conquer, but King just continues to cheat out wider and wider. Lev very convinced that this is going to be B, and they would be correct about that. Shots through the screen, and Kong does come away with a headshot there on the Tex. Doesn't need any damage himself as well. Now the man advantage set up here. Chichu still, however, still lurking over towards A, suspecting that there's going to be that forward push, that flank coming through. They're trying to pressure out over towards Garage. Reckoning now, second one of the half. Trigger gets pulled there by Mizzino. Starting to fly. Aspas up in hand, seeking a target so far. Smokes are keeping them all obfuscated. Kong able to find a second, but Mizzino takes out nobody. Mizzino takes out everyone. As Simon and Smoggy all fall to the wayside. Now it's just Chichu left, and not for very long. Ultimately not making contact there as Aspas up on top of the railing. Takes one into the shoulder. Nobody deciding to stick around here. Pit now in play as the lockdown gets ready to tick down. Looks like nobody will go ahead and sack himself to that. No double detain, as well as Smoggy is forward in the pit, just staying hidden where possible. Mizzino, he catches a stray onto Smoggy. Kong will be able to put down King, but Aspas with his own knives is starting to take things down. Swap over Aspas a little bit faster on the draw.
here to try to contest. Ospas already with the op, up close and personal.
And there's that deep util coming into play. Chichu going to be taking out Smoggy as well as nobody. Traded out, and only Calm is found so far. Just Kong with that operator, an all-in bid. And he's just been out in the open again, taken down Simon. Last man standing, completely surrounded. Boss going to be going wide. Ham's going to be eaten there, but still alive for now. Mazzino, however, going to be taken out. Simon able to find a stray headshot through the wall. Opens things up a little bit more here for EDG.
This is going to be tough. There's only one player with full armor.
It's still just been brought to a halt, though. Now the drone to check. King, if he just cheats forward a little bit more, he can just send out that pit.
Oh,
Completely shut this down. Looks like they'll save it for a retake attempt. Kong able to find one. Push up into the smoke. Calm going to be eliminated. Spots, however, still standing. And still out for blood. Just he and Tex, though, to try to be the difference makers in this round and stop EDG from getting a third, but it seems like it will fall to the wayside as Tex, all on his lonesome, will get taken out. Kong will find 3 to...
and EDG right around this corner.
Nobody trying to hold the line here. A couple shots going to be going wide. He dances around that sheriff, but Ospas eventually on the repeat is able to find his mark. Simon similarly taken down. HP going to be low on a couple players here on the side of Leviatan, so some damage opportunities still can be dealt here by EDG. Dunkirk in the back of sight. Take Chichu down to 22. The peek out from Kong. He's instantly dead. Chichu now trying to desperately hold as Smoggy swoops in from behind. Comes to the rescue. Finds him. Chichu now with 3 is Smoggy. Watch is going to be sent. A Cloudburst in 0 point. Taking away whatever util they have left as he swing onto the corner, and Cobb catches them unawares. Cleans up 2. Now suddenly, spike can be planted. Or going to be grabbed, but Smoggy strikes from behind.
Spike down A.
Interrupts the plant. Now
30 seconds left.
they have to be pivoting back and forth. 180. Watching every single angle. They know that Smoggy is in behind them. Calm down to 7. The one to try to hold the line first, but Smoggy catches King out into the open. Like to try to flush out that back sight. Chichu just pulling back. Ospas trying to hold things down here. Time starting to tick. They swing in, and Smoggy collects them both.
Pivot, potentially.
Smoggy, he's slipped the net a little bit. Tries to cross, managing to find the headshot, but does he suspect Tex from behind? He kind of does, but still ends up falling. Jump out. That is going to be a body tag there on the Calm. Gets taken low, but not taken down. His knives now do get popped.
You should run.
Kong on the fast rotate. As the lockdown gets placed here at B. 4 players alive, but not even a full HP bar between 2 of them as Tex and Calm, both dangerously low.
And you don't have Smoggy to cover this plant.
You do not. There's a jump out and Calm punished on the jiggle, just trying to get that recon out towards Snowman. Kong shuts down those hopes and dreams. Recon quickly going to be cleared out, but Kong now repeats from the flank, and Ospas is not ready for it. Knives going to be a little bit whippy there, but it doesn't matter because Chichu in position. Go ahead and collect 1. Shorty now in hand. The flash, he's blinded up. And Kong strike to be destroyed, but it's going to be a full cut under tube here as Reckoning comes in, and Kong just has the back pedal, but he's still looking to stick around. Goes for the peek, and Mazzino gets taken down. What a disgusting shot. Their own lockdown now in play, but it's a fairly shallow one sent here from the side of EDG, but it stops them from pushing forward. It makes them think twice. Tex now dropping out from Kitchen. Does get spotted out. Hunter's Fury crashing across. As Calm goes on the hunt, just trying to open up some space here for his team, but nobody now. Finding one. Ospas knowing that Kong is tucked into the corner, swings out, does find Chichu. Takes him down, but now they counter Hunter's Fury on the opposite side. Trying to find that elimination, but looks like widely they will be able to get away scot-free. The pit now going to be invested here from King. The push up onto the corner, the shorty. He takes him down. Ospas dead. Weapon swapped. Vandal now in hand, but they still have to deal with King, and he's in his element. The shorty at the ready, and Kong gets the fadeaway double pump. Calm is dead, and we are all tied up. Drone doesn't quite get the spot there on the Smoggy. Maybe it turns back. Either way, he's still stagnant. Now strike, but oh my god! The flick from Ospas is absolutely disgusting. Smoggy now dead. The potential for that pit taken away. Ospas resurrected for a moment. Let's find 2. Mazzino, weapon in hand, puts it to good use. Chichu, Simon, both going to be taken down. Up here from Kong, now last man standing. Dash at the ready, moves up into the cold, recovers the weapon, looks for a little bit more. My god, for a second I thought.
It's a lot of info.
Trying to spam him out. Ospas will be countered as Simon does fall. 1 for 1 so far. Khan sticking around, lingering, gets rewarded for his patience. Finds one, Tex answering back, a kill there on the nobody, but the man advantage still here in the hands of EDG. As they once again look to tie things up. Nano does not force him out, and given the funding right now,
now look at this, they're looking.
might just have to make the call to go for a save, but for now they're at least going to push around, see if Smoggy has lurked all the way forward. He's still hanging back outside of garage, though.
This is great understanding now from Leviatan, remembering what happened earlier in this half.
But can they break through this line? Smoggy, the next jiggle, will spot one. Now he knows that they're starting to rotate out of the site.
30 seconds left.
But that's a great decision by Smoggy to not stick around and try to go for any extra damage. Just wait for the rest of the team. Confirm that they're going to come to B site before you call the reinforcements over. Play for your life.
They opt to push into him, and there's still going to be 2 nanos set up on this B site here. Time ticking.
Smoggy early to buy you a little bit of extra space. And a great shot from Kong though.
Just finds the timing. Tex not paying attention to Snowman. Ends up getting taken down, and now all that heavy hitting weaponry that Lev did have available has been left on the floor. A lurk, though, from Calm, but he's missed this. Nobody. He's in so deep.
Oh, my.
Calm is not checking for this now. The swing getting ready to come through. Guardian scooped up, and King does manage to find one. Nobody falls. As the spike starts getting rotated back across that attacker spawn. Over here for the plant. Vandal now
This
picked
high
up.
tide.
And suddenly this round becomes a lot more winnable for the side of Lev.
This high tide in mid, I thought might give away the
about to go
script.
online.
Yeah.
30
The
seconds
orb take
left.
into the plant. Ult available here for Mazzino. He can just wait patiently, but no, he sends it early. Trying to see if there's anyone playing close.
Even with Calm in that corner, no sound heard, just went for a gamble.
Here for Chichu, leg's gonna be spotted. Calm as he brings out the shots. He will reveal his position, so now needs to tuck back. Hong Kong is in. Knife pulled. Gets a spot, but King gets the shot, takes him down. Chichu pushing forward. Tries to bail them out. 8 bullets remaining here in the mag. Mazzino running away, just slowly walking out. Time is dwindling though. Chichu, when does he make the call? When does he try to go for the defuse? He's right above him. He's making noise. He spotted him for a brief little moment. He's trying to spam him out, and he will, but he just cannot get that defuse. Lev will scrape by.
Seconds left.
He's waited out the smokes. He's got the rest of his team here.
At what point do they just call an audible to try to rotate out? Is it off the back of this pit? The answer's gonna be no, because the pit doesn't exist anymore. Mazzino just swings in. Blind spray across, and Smoggy is found. Fragment, oh my God, King! Takes his head clean off. Plant now being used in a deeper position, and Chichu cannot line up the shots. Tex is gonna be noted in 2, but it doesn't matter because nobody. He's giving up the plot. He's very far forward.
There's nobody watching this.
No one's watching it here for the moment. They're getting ready to go ahead and strike. All eyes focused on the site itself as nobody holding close. Finds the first. Hunter's Fury is available, but he's in such a poor spot. But now Chichu strikes.
Remaining.
Cleans the boss plus. Tex dead. The push up into the wall. King has been felled. Found now the plant going to be coming through. The pit will be in play. A quick peek there from Mazzino. Seeing nothing there because of the cove. Simon able to find one. Tex going to be dealt with. Ping's coming down on the flank, but Ozpos also felled. It's a 3v5 with King tagged low. Calm, however, managing to find one. Chichu cleared out. Kong here flush against the pit. Pushes up, finds 2. That's King and Calm. Both fall to the floor, and now it is all in Mazzino. But he's been spotted, dealt with, and it cannot happen. Repositioning though, and this is again just a bit of a bait setup here. Calm can swing out. Back yellow, now presence is known, and Kong is dead. And this time there can be no counter trade. EDG down a man. As Tex jumps his way back up into kitchen, just watching the exit.
30 seconds left.
Watching this too. And Ozpos so far forward. Dash still at the ready. Footsteps gonna be heard. The jump out, and Ozpos finds one. Simon's gonna be dealt with.
Down A.
If only Chichu needed to win that fight over in kitchen. Now all eyes are on him. Swings out and Tex takes him down. Now, with 12 seconds, it's overtime. There's no reason to not play for it, but Smoggy just does not have anything working for him. All odds against him. Look at a snappy headshot, but that's about as good as it gets. EDG will drop this opening round. Lev counteract.
Stepping back.
Timing's about to be
no.
so poor for him. He's up over the top, but Ozpos is not checking for him. And Ozpos ends up falling. Swing out from Mazzino. Smoggy able to tuck back. Gets out scot-free. King again gonna be noted, just trying to keep some attention over towards this A side. But Smoggy saying, no, there's more than one. The rotate starts coming through.
Our spike carrier is dead.
Smoggy, however, he just spray through, finds another tags, knocked down to 10 HP. And it seems like we're not going to be getting away with a clean victory in overtime for Lev. EDG look to reset as it's just King and Calm left standing. Spot down one, but Calm now dealt with. King finds the first, cannot get the second, cannot get the spot.
So Leviatan is going to try to move through mid.
Chichu spotting one, but there's a swing out, but Mazzino cannot find the kill. Chichu strikes him down. 5-4 now as Aspas dashing away. Tex, however, holding close. Takes Kang's head off, looks for a little bit more. Decides to tuck back. Turret going to be set up. Calm will find Chichu, flushing him out of mid. Gets the punish there too. Simon going to be spotted here in the corner. Aspas readjust. He just take out nobody. Smoggy will be able to come up with two here for his squad, but Tex sauce one. Trying to spot them out, play it patiently, waiting for the moment that he's got line of sight with the teammates still falling around him, but there it is! Gets the spray down, Tex trying to go for the 180, but he cannot make it happen. The man advantage there, but this is still dangerous territory here for EDG. Nobody tucked in behind the box. Hearing the footsteps, Mazzino pushes his way up into the site. He's waiting to strike. Util in hand, cannot confirm the kill, swings out and somehow Calm does not finish him off. Mazzino now with everything to do to try to bring this map to a conclusion, but he cannot!
Holding their feet.
Aspas here on the close right side. Goes unchecked for a brief little moment, but Kong still able to adjust. Finds that kill, but Tex finds a nice timing, peeks out, gets himself one, Kong gets another!
Down A.
It's Smoggy and nobody now.
30 seconds
Last
left.
two members standing versus three. It's very much come down to whoever realistically can get this attacking win. And right now, it looks like it's not going to be any easier for them as Smoggy has everything to do. Swaps over to the Vandal, 10 bullets.
If there's anybody who can.
The year that he's had, the tournament that he has had, you would be correct. But odds are stacked against him, and now there's a Cove in play. It's being watched, and he just cannot flush it out.
Their defense is so effectively. EDG does it great too, though. Both teams.
EDG.
Oh,
Losing out on an opening player, Aspas wise to it. Deals with nobody. Thrown lead forward here. Simon nearly punished. They force the dash back. This A site is being conquered. Smoggy just disrespecting the nano. Slides across, tries to get himself tucked here. Kong approaching from behind, but this time it's being watched. The turret is set up there to go ahead and reinforce Texas position. Smoggy flushed out. Lev have been adapting on the fly. The pop flash sent Simon, only going to be good for one. And Chichu has been taken out. 10 HP from Kong with not a hope in hell. 4 players to try to work through, and he cannot get the first. 16-14 once again.
EDG just sprinted for the C site. Are going to go for that mound plant. Not that off weird one.
Smoggy, though, holding close. They're ready for this. A little bit of damage going to be taken down, but a nice headshot from Aspas. Able to go ahead and flush out that Clove. Tex, at the same time, it's going to be finished off. So now the Cypher, not a worry. Chichu tucked away here on the corner. Blind comes through, but I don't think they've registered this position at all now. He will make his presence known as Aspas falls to the wayside. Paranoia across. King just tucking away for the moment. Mazzino desperately wanting Simon to go for the peak here at Waterfall. He does. Mazzino wins at the fight, but does eat some damage. Kong on the swing, takes his head off with the classic, can get that weapon upgrade, and EDG will be taking the lead here in pistols as well as on Lotus. Nullified them effectively.
Spike planted.
As for now, they have. They just pop. Kong pushing forward, works his way over towards stairs. Wire now can be noted. Swing out, Mazzino going to be good for one, but Simon trades it back. The slide in, Kong unable to stabilize that aim, ends up falling to the wayside. It's Smoggy dragging back, finds one with the Spectre. Just now the Sheriff in hand, though, shoulder to shoulder, alongside Aspas, who's just lingering within that smoke. Paranoia going to be sent. He has to pull back, gets himself tucked into towards tree. Weapon scooped up, a Bulldog now in hand, but 3 players to try to play against it. He cannot find the first. So now,
What?
Oh my God. Kong is finding King. Jiggle peek, I believe. Didn't quite get to see it. I'm sure it'll make the replay package regardless of who wins the round. That's a nasty shot to be found. And a very bad target if you're Lev to have be on the floor. Omen now out of play. Smoke's gone. Aftershock to try to delay the approach here. Kong just waits that out. Now looks to push forward, take some space. The fade lurking here within the smoke. Calm pushes out, does just to find one. Mazzino as well, picking up a kill before getting traded out. Right now to come through. 3v2 with Simon down to 21, but that ult is available. Lens at the ready here for both sides. Gonna run forward, King. Gonna be stunned up the slide in. Chichu finds the first, and Chichu finds them both. Mazzino dead. Not before he takes out that enemy Neon. But EDG, once again, fantastic position with a man advantage as that plant gets ready to come through. Simon, go ahead and get ready to set this one up. Forward on the stairs, Paint Shell's gonna go in, bounces back, it'll do a smattering of damage and flushes him forward. They're able to get a couple more tags onto him. He does manage to go ahead and disconnect from the top of the site.
Still
a bit more safety.
So much util here for
Solid
EDG.
check. The clear out comes through. Aftershock to save them off over here in Waterfall. Chichu now setting up the smoke. Watches the angle. Calm taking a bit of damage. Gets him out in reply, but nobody eventually finishes the job. Swings out, looks for a little bit more. Takes quite a bit, down to 32. Tex drags across to find Smoggy, but now it's just Ospas on his lonesome. Nothing more to be done as EDG continue to fight back, looking alive and well, not allowing.
Break out and re-clear some of that space. Kong going to be the one to do so, to check behind. See if there's any quick lurks. Seen Calm go for them. Ospas flirted with it, but holding his ground.
Prowler hits the trap. Tex finding one. Smoggy not dead yet. Pops the ultimate to get himself back in, but Tex is just unassailing. He's down yet. It's Boombot will lead the way up into the smoke, but Kong finds a timing, just slides right past it, and the flash comes through. Major opener here for the side of Kong. Smoggy is ready for the jiggle peek. Just takes his head off, and now, I mean, take your pick.
Yep.
What side do you want? It seems like they are choosing wisely. As Tex out into the open this time, not going to be finding those snappy shots like we just saw in the previous round. He'll be forced back. Nobody wants to just continue to try to fake, keep some interest here on this C side, but Lev is very much aware of the game plan here from EDG.
Have that rolling thunder. You can maybe just find that one pick of Leviatan. You might be able to get that ult to go.
Man, it feels like that's still going to be a major commitment given the Tex and Mazzino are both down so very low on health.
Oh, it's going to be really difficult to put it mildly.
This angle, though.
He's going to go for it.
It catches onto multiple players.
The way.
They managed to find the avoid here onto one. The fault line, the counteract. They managed to find the stun. And Chichu trades him back. Tex now going to be dealt with.
Kong, he's sprinting for the door.
Way forward, but is going to be hindered up here. Get the spot onto Ospas, who just swings out, takes his head off. He's up for the challenge. He wins it out. Stinger finds value. Simon going to be taken down. Nobody now trying to survive here. Back rumble alongside Chichu, but Chichu finds the headshot to put down Calm, but now all the advantages here in the hands of Lev. Nobody making it a little bit more costly here. Finding one, swings out the double face. All the players in position. The final two getting ready to join, working their way through the spawn, and nobody's going to be taken down off the rip, trying to scale forward, trying to get himself over towards drop. He ends up getting punished, and Kong is stricken by the Prowler, has his head taken off. Neural Theft now comes into play. The ping to reveal them all. Tex pushing forward, gets past that Aftershock. Do they register this? Ospas will get full flash. Chichu on the peak, finding one, but no, they weren't ready for it. Tex finding one before getting taken down, and Chichu cannot hold the line. It's now all down to Smoggy. As that overhealing coming through, finds the first! Nearly gets himself a second, but Lev will hold the base, stop a player from getting down to the drop as the plant comes through. Kong up top, wins out the fight. Calm going to fall, but they still have not scouted King. Do they anticipate that there's going to be somebody in this position? The answer is absolutely not. Simon caught unawares. Deals with the one player. Kong going to be taken down. She just has not been able to flush him out. Now just 6 bullets. He's reinforced. Mazzino joins in the fight. Chichu dead. Nobody in Smoggy versus 3. King tagged up. Smoggy stunned for the moment. Forced away. Some spray across. Mazzino getting tagged. Tap onto the spike. Looking for the counter spray through. And they managed to find them both. Smoggy just barrel stuffs Tex. Paint Shell from Ospas will try to slow things up as the suns come through. Kong having to reroute. Slides around, but now comes over here towards water. Cannot transition over onto that second player. Mazzino scoops up the Vandal. Immediately finds value, but cannot get that Rolling Thunder through. But look at the HP bars. Damage has been dealt. Cobb spotted on the swing out. Goes for the fight, but Smoggy wins it out. Ult is online and out as Tex all on his lonesome. They're all so very low. Can he divide and conquer? Dodges the smokes. Smoggy dead. Ult now going to be popped. He slides back. He's just keeping him inside. Tex deals with the other, but Smoggy swings back out from the same angle. Doesn't swing fast enough to actually find the punish.
30 seconds
Sticks
left.
around, doesn't really notice much. Now the pivot comes through. Tex taking some space, pushing his way through upper. See if EDG read this one, because Chi-Chi's going to be the first one to try to clash against him, and Kong sliding forward. He's able to find one. Smoggy, similarly, finding value off the frenzy. Kong kneeling with a third. Smoggy cleans it up, and Simon swoops in on this side. Slide forward, though, and Kong once again putting that stinger right to his temple. Takes him down. Simon playing limit testing here within the smoke. Seeking a timing.
They have no idea.
The plant's coming through, silently creeping across the plant, interrupted. His presence made known. Swaps over to the Sheriff. Down to 87, and he will eventually fall. Spike can now be planted, but he ensures the man advantage. As EDG will look to retake, look to win out, and convert this bonus. Paranoia across the slide in, the haunt revealed, and Kong does get taken down. Kong with a solid headshot. Is able to go ahead and bring numbers back to parity. Tries to get up onto the box. Has managed to find Smoggy before being taken down. But now it's nobody. Could recover a weapon if he wants to make some noise. For now, it's just the Spectre in hand. He's reading it decently well. Snappy with it! Readjusts! Clear on the Prowler for now. Simon again pushing his way forward here into the smoke. Paranoid crashes across, but already Smoggy finding one. Pushes out, looks for a little bit more, but he's got the ultimate to play off of. A peek in from Simon, a spray across, he finds one, but Aspas quick to trade it back. Aspas trading up! As now Chi-Chu will be eliminated. While that outlaw is in play, suddenly it is not the weapon that Kong wishes that he had. He's trying to take some space, pushing forward, taking out a blind shot. Ultimately, comes up short. Can get the swap, Vandal in hand. And if he can deal with Tex, he's going to be in a good position. Some wild spray, a reveal off the haunt, and Aspas getting ready to strike from behind, the slow creep up. Ooh, Kong narrowly avoiding these pixels, but it seems like Kong is not registering this at all, but now, with the ult popped, he finds one. Paint shells coming through. Kong, he knows where he's at, he holds it to half, eats a little bit more damage. But his teammates can realize this, and there's nothing more that Aspas can do. He's out of line of sight, he's outdone him. Does he just send him out? Simons doesn't need audio, snaps in, finds two, looks for a little bit more, they line up for him, but he cannot take the shot. But still, damage is done. Parity is found, a 3v3. And health, the advantage here for the side of EDG. Zero Theft gets a second ping, fast lane to try to slow them up, but they're just gonna disrespect that, go gliding across.
No way!
Kong has spotted him out, but he runs out of bullets, and Tex swings the corner, finds that kill, but Smoggy shuts him down. And now, it is Mazzino with no util, just a rolling thunder and a fault line to somehow try to turn this round on its head. A 1v2 versus Smoggy and Chi-Chu. The two lobby leaders. He knows that this is not a great position, and he will fall. Smoggy gets the final kill, 13-4, EDG. Start coming through, now will be cleared out and removed. Tex just tucking back here for the moment, expecting this push out, but he glides back into the smoke, breaks that line of sight for a moment. Meanwhile, Aspas over in mid, able to win out versus Chi-Chu, taking down the enemy Astra. So now, don't have to worry about those grab pulls.
Right here.
Flash at the ready here from Simon. Swing onto the corner, sends it out. King not getting caught by that, but does catch a bullet. Shots through, reveal coming down, push onto the corner, and Mazzino.
It's going to be that drone going around the edge of the map.
Going out wide, gets the tag on the one, looking for a concuss on the close left side. Trap wire going to be cleared out, but the reveal is good enough for Tex to go ahead and find the shots. He takes out Kong.
Right here.
One player dead, the first step taken. Recon right into the head of Smoggy, but Smoggy just turns his sights up towards heaven, managing to find that kill. Shots ringing out, Smoggy up over the top, collecting 3 and out. Just Aspas left standing. Only Chi-Chu at half armor. It's a one-tap potential on the body, just not quite there. See if Aspas can make this, take information away to try to get the advantage there, but Aspas dead right before he drops down off the top of the box. Gets a little bit of damage across, but not too much to be found there. As Fragment, not going to be caught. Spam, however, not quite in line, but as he readjusts, final couple bullets ring out and nobody will be taken down. 4v4 for the retake as Lev tried to establish a further lead here. See what the post plant looks like here for the side of EDG. Tarkov flying through. Tiny amount of damage here onto Smoggy. Widely untouched. quick tap in. Some wild spray across. Kong willing to maybe give his life, but it's actually going to be Simon who ends up falling. Paranoia now going to be sent out. There's the Harbor. Ultimate coming into play. 2 players left standing. Stun. Getting ready to connect here on the Chichu Smog. He tries to hold them back. They're just being pushed and prodded at every single twist and turn.
Sure, a lot of you have seen that Smoggy highlight clip, but Tex just says no.
Yeah, just sprints over top of the fragment. Seems like they don't anticipate this, but they haven't read Smoggy's position until that very last moment. Tex does get caught off guard as Chichu comes bouncing across the way. Zeno still sat here. Backside. Grabwell pulling him around the corner. This King will fall. Swing back through. Zeno going to be good for one last. But now suddenly it's calm. Left alone. Hunter's Fury in his back pocket. But does he pull the trigger on this? And do they read this at all?
Sound.
He's about to find a timing.
Ooh.
He cuts the noise. The jump across. He just catches a glimpse of nobody. But nobody's taking his time. And it seems like EDG have absolutely no idea. He'll find the first one, but then he's caught with util in hand. Spotting them out. Unable to hear it on the opposite side of that wall. Now the reveal, but Smoggy up with the box. Going to be good for one. Mazzino taken down. Peeks up for a little bit more. Simon just goes pushing into its back sight. He ends up falling with Kong. Quickly replies, trying to get back. A 3v3 with an operator on the opposite side. Spike ticking away. Calm works his way up here.
Right here.
Gets in the tower.
Right here.
Recon to try to scout. Ping's coming down, having a solid. He's got him again.
Landed on him.
Absolutely pinned him. That's the second time. Now they look for the clear up at Smoggy. Still finding one. Ospasto point blank range finds the other. Chichu last man standing. Guardian in hand.
They gotta go.
It's planted here on the bridge. The time it's ticking. Ospasto's trying to wait for it. Sets up for the cover, the grab, they're trying to deny it away. But the time is just ticking away, and Chichu.
And the last time they threw that flash, through that high tide. Reckoning here, though.
Base going to be taken, but King able to find one. The drop there from Calm, right before the Paranoia crashes across. He catches a glimpse, and Kong catches a stray.
30 seconds left.
What a turnaround on how things started. EDG now widely just contained back here into main. Did they actually try to play for this? Again, economy not in a great spot. Chichu noted there.
Right there.
Time going to be ticking. Hope gets ready to expire. Recon up over the top. And yeah, they're just going to be sat here, waiting it out. Lev will find themselves a business. Mazzino finds Chichu at long last. Simon, the only one to retain a weapon.
Call attention to this space, right? Where Kong is. Oh, God.
Well, anticipates it. Nobody wins it out with a classic. Some tags in there from Smoggy, but Kong now going to be taken out, dealt with. Looks like Smoggy just wanting to get towards that A side as fast as possible. Doesn't go for the recovery on the weapon. They will carry forward at least one Vandal. That was Chichu. Grabs up Kings. Sat here. The recon coming through. Full flash into his face. Still manages to get the recon out. It's going to be cleared. Pushes forward. Now going to be concussed. Just staying sat here, hoping he does get spammed down. Shock dart. Will be able to find nobody, but not before the plant comes in. Calm alive means it's still going to be a 3v3.
Here.
Can they flush him out again?
Right there.
So difficult.
Previously, it was the Reckoning, just keeping everybody stunned, contained here in main. This time, they don't have that.
They don't have anything.
Push up into the smoke, and Chichu comes to the rescue, keeps Simon alive and well. An attempt here at the no-scope, but they hound him. Constantly been trying to tie things up here on this map, but just haven't been able to make it happen. Left just continue. Just stay one step ahead. Hunter's Fury now going to be sent out. As nobody's just blind fishing. And nothing bites.
30 seconds left.
Time dwindling for EDG. This has to be quick, and there can't be much resistance if they're going to get this plant down.
20 seconds is Calm, ready for it. Out of line of sight of that dart. Eats a bit from the fragment. To try to reposition the swing out, and Ospot's not going to be good for it. Simon does manage to find the kill, but Calm still here. Spike now on the floor. Off the side of the map for a brief little moment, but the round is already over. They need to do nothing more but sit back and stay alive. Some damage will be dealt. Calm Jiggle peeking, and the Kong clearly spotted out. Ponytail maybe giving him away either way. He gets tagged low, but still just re-peeks back in towards the site. Gets a headshot there on the Tex. Dodges out the shock dart. Re-peeks, finds another. Value continuing to be found. Paranoia now moves across. As Calm has to reposition, but Chichu is ready to strike, intercepting these rotations, these exits. He's now stuck. He will fall. But EDG, well, once again, flash sent Kong working his way in towards the back. Does he actually want to push this one? The answer is going to be yes. He lands right in behind Tex. Already though, Messi coming through. Is Mazzino going to be taken down? But Calm finding two. The Hunter's Fury is absolutely monstrous. Now into a 2v2. Spike not yet planted the drone. Working his way across, spotting them both out. Looking for the shots. Shock dart lobbed in. Nobody slides forward. Planting out, ready to come in. King just a bucky in hand on the far side of the smoke. If nobody pushes up, it'll almost certainly be a dead man. Recon comes in, the jump across, the spray down! Chichu, nobody together! Entry comes in, Ospas taking space, confirming that back sight is going to be cleared out. The plant can now be made. Tex, once again, Sheriff in hand, good for one. As Ospas looks for a little bit more, but ultimately will be felled. Simon finding that kill. Is it traded back to interrupt? A 3v3 for now, the spike not in play quite just yet. 0 point connecting on the two. Hold coming through, Chichu rerouting, getting his way up in towards heaven. Star set up another wall coming through, and Simon bumping over to the Ghost is able to find one, but King not actually being committed to quite just yet. Paranoia already set, but Kong played with a sliver of visibility. Finds one. Tex resets the aim. Mazzino up on top. Comes up with one. Kong going to be taken low.
King.
Reload has to come through, and King, yep, slinking in around the back. Decides to strike now. Shock dart avoided, head spotted. Calm is dead. The dash down, the drop. Mazzino low on HP, but the shot does not come through. Smoggy, however, catches it for a brief little moment, and he is cognizant about this flank. The seconds dwindling, the wall to be broken. Tex some warning shots, but Smoggy's so wise to it, it would seem. Plant's coming in around the back. He's going to drop down. He finds the kill, but he cannot interrupt. And now it's a 1v1. The smoke's situated. He sees the drop, and he knows that he's taking him low. Shots have connected, but King waiting it out. Right-click spam. He goes for the push, and Smoggy wins it. Spots leading the charge. That outlaw scoped in. He sees one. Flash now sent. Forces out the dash. But they're still here. Chicho around the back. Caught as Mazzino comes up with the kill. Kong now trying to sit, but Ospas will strike him down. Just peeking in with the outlaw. Finds its mark. Looks for another quick peek, quick shot, quick death. Smoggy eliminated, and now it's nobody all on his lonesome.
So difficult.
Just about the full kit here, but Calm the first that he has to clear, but now sights turned, and Ospas pop into the astral form from Chichu, ends up getting stunned up. Swings back out, catches a glimpse here. Calm doesn't end up getting taken down, and Chichu somehow reestablishes the aim. Finds Mazzino. Simon dropping out of tower. Takes out King, and suddenly this round has been turned completely and utterly on its head.
It's got to be a save almost.
It has to be now. It's just the operator left. You don't have the money on Ospas at least to afford another one. Would have to be gifted over by Mazzino, who is quite flush with cash, but this has been a fantastic response here from EDG to shut down this push.
Well, and because you have the operator in Ospas's hands, that has to be a much slower hit. Taking a little bit of damage there. Ospas trying to get away and maybe gifted the opportunity to do so. Okay. Able to use the smoke to cover the recon dart.
Doesn't actually scan his position.
10
Just give it the
seconds
money. I
left.
mean, do you want to swing out and try to go for this one? Yeah, you absolutely do, especially. Stop the neural depth, going to be sent out. Hunter's Fury. Sent.
30 seconds
Calm seeking target this time. Looks like it won't be quite rewarded with a kill, but get a final shot there on to Kong and Mazzino. Can collect two. Looking for a thrifty of their own to get themselves up to 11. Stop EDG from building up any kind of momentum, and what a round response this will be here from Leviatan after that flawless shutdown from EDG in the previous.
There's no hope, and it's going to have to be a save. I mean, I just love this from the side of Leviatan, keeping Ospas obscured at all costs, making sure that this Blade Storm is...
Gets swapped over. The push up here from Mazzino will get punished. They don't see anything else on the back of this one, so they relay that, and Smoggy starts
30
rotating back
seconds
over towards
left.
B. Smoke going to be set up here on main to try to intercept him. Nobody's going to start trying to creep in from behind, but there is a trap wire set up to intercept him.
Oh, this cosmic divide right in front of both sites.
Time is ticking. 15 seconds remaining. The spike still being brought forward. But is this all a bait? Is this a ruse? Seems like, given the player count,
10
the answer is going to be
seconds
no,
left.
but King could just TP across the other side of the map. And Simon, only going to be good for one. Time still dwindling. Hunter's Fury opened up, looking for the interrupt here on the plant, but the plant still comes in. Chichu, however, spots out the final player, and he's already cleaned up 3. The re-swing, the re-snap. Of course, Calm now going to be spotted, but Ospas starts going for the peek out of heaven. Tex spotted, doesn't register that nobody's there. Does end up getting traded out as Mazzino finds another kill. Kong now so far forward in a committed position, takes the off shot, cannot find it, has to swap the weapons over. The backside is being filled up, but Smoggy cleans up 2, Simon gets Calm! Ospas basically leading the charge here with that operator in hand. Kong sending out a shot. The jiggle peek here for him. Ospas rings it through, but on the repeat, Kong comes up with 1. Calm now going to be taken down. They had advantage for them as Kong repositioning. He's getting on a different angle, and he hits the shot on the updraft! Sniping Ospas out of the sky! Texto barrels forward, up through main. The jump out of the smoke, though, and Kong takes his head off of the shorty. Goes for the peek, the updraft, the shot. Mazzino shuts it down. We're into a 2v2 as the spike gets planted. Some shots out, Chichu finding a first, and he finds them both! Paid here to this site. Simon setting up the pop flash and trying to sway to try to slow things up. Hunter's Fury from Calm crashing across as Ospas goes on the hunt, but Simon gets the 90-degree turn and takes his head clean off. Man advantage now here in the hands of EDGs. They look to bring this to a finish. Paranoia held from King. Tex scaling forward within the cage, but he's been spotted, and nobody claims his life. Cold drops, King dead. Smoggy finds the kill, finds the follow-up, and now it's Calm on his lonesome, and he can't do jack. 13-11.